my name is Stéphane Clor. I'm coming from France and I'm playing a cello, but quite a special one because it's a small one, tuned with five strings, and a higher string is added to the cello. It's called violoncello piccolo. So actually the composition, it's half a composition, half improvisation. So I have kind of materials I'm using all the time, but recombining in different ways. And this material are not really prepared, but I repeat it a lot, and so I make different combinations. So I would say it's in between improvisation and composition. Not really. I decide a few minutes before playing the beginning, and sometimes it changes in the meantime. So if I sit and I feel a bit differently, then I take another decision. So I do not have a fixed beginning, but I know some tricks that to enter the music. The most important, I guess, is like the first song you play, so you enter into the improvisation and then can feel. Like follow kind of a flow, yeah, maybe something like this. So my solo is called rhizome. So the idea of a rhizome is not that there is exactly fixed things, but that it's always a moving material, a moving form, where the material is like taking the color, a bit of the color of the night of the concert, and sometimes also it shapes differently because of the atmosphere of the space, or because of the audience, or because just about how you feel during the night. So I won't say it's a fixed. So there is fixed point, but it's like a liquid form. I would say that is shaping differently all the time. Like it's the things you're not really look at or listen at, but it has like very interesting things to say maybe. So that's why I'm really interested into these marginal things, and that's why I use this term of bad seed to describe my solo. Just harmony is one of the texture one can use, and I mean, for me it's not forbidden to use different kind of melodies or harmony. I like to use always a suggested harmony, so it's not also not fixed. It's like the feeling and how you color the moment, and also what I really like to do is combine strong textures to this feeling of an harmony. That's really interesting you mentioned this music, because yesterday some people mentioned some rebetiko. So for me it's really interesting because I have a modal approach of harmony, and I'm using like not usual scales sometimes, just in order to blur a bit the lines. And so some people hear different kind of traditional music, but they are not really like it's more an imaginary traditional music, which is mine. So I have been playing, not really a lot, but I have playing some written music at some point, so contemporary written music. And for me, it's a total different approach, because the energy comes more from the creativity when you are improvising. Like you have the feeling of something and you can follow your line and like just express something that you cannot really write on a paper, I guess, because it's so subtle. If I had to write it on a paper or like it will take ages. And I guess it's one of the big difference between the both is you can also really find things on written music, but that's the work of the composer, and it's not the work of the instrumentist or the people, the instrument player. And I guess for me, it's I don't find I don't find my creative expression in written music, so written by other people. When it's strictly written, sometimes you have also open scores, and that's I have more affinity with these open scores, scores that just give a shape to your music, a different approach. But with classical written music, I don't find my liberty in it. Yeah. It should be a risk, I guess. If you don't take risk, like the music become flat, I guess. So you have to put yourself in danger just to find the good balance with your own expression. Because if you are not on the edge or the border, like the music doesn't really match or like. Risk is the basic, I guess, of improvisation. Actually, I started music with improvisation because I started music at the age of 17, so quite late to make my studies with it. Because after I made some studies in conservatory, it was pretty hard to get into a conservatory so late. But nevertheless, the thing is, I really just had instrument into the hands, and my way to explore the instrument was the improvisation. I would say it's more the sound of the instrument the instrument itself, because it's nothing fetishist somehow. It's more about you create really intimacy with the sound of your instrument, and somehow this sound become your voice, and is how you articulate all the sound. So I would say, you really create this intimacy, and it should be.
Well, thank you. That's a nice ending.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.